On this week's episode, the COVID-19 vaccine, spring football, and the importance of staying informed on current events. Also, getting back to normal, crypto art, and a fun game of Would You Rather, just for laughs. These stories and more up next on Take One. Welcome to Take One. I'm Michaela Clay. A new COVID-19 vaccination site has opened up at Boise State. The center is located at the campus schoolroom 106A next to the COVID-19 testing center. The center will only serve groups prioritized in the Idaho COVID-19 vaccination plan. These groups include healthcare workers, long-term care facility staff and residents, first responders, K-12 teachers and staff, childcare staff, correctional detention facility staff, and those who are 65 or older. Hours for the vaccination center are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and vaccinations are only available through the COVID-19 appointments page. For more information, email covidvaccine@boisestate.edu. Now let's hear an update on sports from Jenna.
Thanks, Michaela. Friday marks the start of spring ball practice for the Boise State football team. This will be the first spring ball for Andy Avalos and his new staff. The team will begin practicing and preparing for their spring game, which will be played in Albertson Stadium on April 10th. As of now, fans are allowed to attend, which is a good sign for a full stadium this fall. The 2021 football schedule just recently released, with the season opener being an away game at UCF in Orlando, Florida on September 4th. This is very exciting news as we head into the final stretch of this semester. So as always, go Broncos. You know those interesting little critters that run out onto the street right in front of your moving car? Well, Ben Luca tells us more about the history of those small animals here on campus.
If you have wandered the grounds at Boise State's campus, then you've probably seen your fair share of squirrels. And maybe, just maybe, you have wondered, hey, where do these little critters come from? I'm Ben Luca, and this is what to know about the squirrels at BSU. The species of squirrels that inhabit Boise and much of the American Northwest are the fox squirrels. Fox squirrels are the largest species of tree squirrels native to North America. Fox squirrels are tolerant of human proximity and even thrive in crowded urban and suburban environments. They take full advantage of the resources given to them by humans, such as food and nesting sites. An ideal meal for the fox squirrel includes insects, roots, seeds, and fungi. These rascally critters have two types of shelters: leaf nests called drays and tree dens. Tree dens are preferred over leaf nests during the winter and for raising babies. Fox squirrels have excellent vision and well-developed senses of hearing and smell. They use scent marking to communicate with other fox squirrels. Their maximum life expectancy is typically 12 years for females and 8 years for males. Because of overhunting and the destruction of mature forests, many subspecies of fox squirrels are endangered, so leave them alone, please. I'm Ben Luca, and that was what to know about the squirrels at Boise State.
Thank you, Ben, for giving us that information about vampire squirrels. Now over to Marcos with the Arbiter interview.
Thanks, Jenna. It may seem like staying informed on the current events happening around the world can at times be draining. With so much going on, sometimes it's easier to consume less news. Joining us from the Arbiter to discuss her new article on the importance of news consumption is Stephanie Gull. What were your takeaways from interviewing professors here at Boise State?
I think one of my main takeaways from interviewing professors was that they understand that the news is draining. It really takes its toll on people. It can cause people anxiety. It can cause depression. But even in spite of that, it is our duty to be involved.
Why is it important for young people to stay informed?
It's important because there's so many issues around the world, near and far, that are occurring. And it's important for us to know what our stance is on it, what our opinions are, how we can help other people and ourselves.
And what can we do to become better informed?
Well, a lot of research suggests that even just by being on social media, you can be informed, even if it's just passively. You see posts that your family or your friends or people around the community make. And so even if you're not actively searching for news, you still are receiving news. And even at the very least, that's better than nothing.
Thank you very much for joining us. Be sure to check out Stephanie's article at arbiteronline.com. Now over to the spec for some laughs.
Eric, have you ever seen a news story on Instagram and immediately believed it?
Yeah, all the time.
I mean, they're all pretty good, you know. I feel like there's no harm in believing them.
Right? I mean, they're obviously all like the most reliable sources.
Yeah,
so
it's Instagram. It's one of the biggest corporations in the world. What would they have to gain from lying?
why would they ever lie to us?
Exactly.
I agree.
Yeah.
Boise State has officially announced the continuation of the spring semester in person. The original plan was to move all classes online after spring break. Although some classes will still switch over to Zoom, it looks like Boise State is going to let the majority of classes continue in person after the break. Along with that, Ada County has lifted the public health order that was placed back on June 24th of 2020. The original order prohibited social gatherings of more than 10 people, large gatherings for events such as concerts and festivals, and private or public gatherings of 50 or more. Now that this order has been lifted, a lot more in Boise will be opened. So what I'm hearing is that these next couple of months in school will consist of tanning at La Pointe, staging at the next outdoor frat party, and hopefully attending formals again. It's all up from here, Broncos. The future is bright and full of partying, concerts, and other events. But all jokes aside, let's make sure we're at least being somewhat careful and safe to protect ourselves and others.
Lately, you may have caught wind of people trading crypto art, or NFTs. Crypto art can be difficult to explain, however, its impact on the environment is irreversible. Essentially, the cause of NFTs, or non-fungible tokens, is to give digital art pieces a one-of-a-kind numeric signature so that a singular version of it can officially exist, just like how cryptocurrencies function. This way, any digital file can have the scarcity of physical artwork. For example, there are countless pictures of Starry Night, but only one real copy. When an artist gives their art an NFT code, it gives it this same singularity. Therefore, a new marketplace has begun surging where people are buying and selling digital art, memes, videos, GIFs, and more in the same way that art traders have done for centuries. Next to me is a picture of the iconic meme Nyan Cat. A few weeks ago, its original artist sold it for $500,000. The issue with this marketplace is that the computing power and electricity usage it takes to render these one-of-a-kind numeric signatures is nonsensical, so much that an average NFT transaction costs 55 kilowatt hours of electrical energy, which is equivalent to the amount of power an average U.S. household consumes in over a day. This has created a livid backlash from the art community to stop trading NFTs, and it's unsure what direction this market will go next. Madeline, would you rather die from drowning or from fire?
Ooh, I think drowning, because I wouldn't want to burn alive. That sounds pretty bad.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
Definitely.
It's a hot take, or the opposite of a hot take. Let's hear more about Would You Rather and hear from Ryan out there on the sidewalks of campus.
Thank you, Eric. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the very first episode of Would You Rather? Thank you, Taylor.
Yeah.
Taylor, I got a couple questions for you, brother. You ready? Okay. Would you rather be mauled by a bear or suffocated by a snake?
This is a good question, Ryan. You know, I think there's many philosophies to this kind of question. I come from the more side of snake. I just don't want to see my guts, personally. If I'm getting mauled by a bear, I mean, I've seen The Revenant. It just seems gory. With a snake, you just kind of like suffocate, get sleepy, and die. That's just me. I mean, to each their own.
It's one of the best answers I've heard. Thank you, Taylor. Here we go. So, would you rather listen on a 10-hour loop, Baby Shark, or What Does the Fox Say for another 10-hour loop? I know.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm not really prepared to give my answer on live TV, but I'm probably gonna go with Baby Shark. You know, I'll say it like, what does the fox say? It just leaves a musk in a room. Whenever that song plays or someone sings it, it just leaves like a stench in the room. It's like someone farting in a room, basically, is hearing that song. Baby Shark is like annoying, but what the fuck? That would do like permanent damage to your psyche, I think.
I think I have to agree with you there. Well, there you have it, folks. Would you rather? See us for episode 2 next week.
Hello and welcome back to Hotspot. I'm your host, Zemma Richardson. Firstly, I would like to apologize for being absent for a couple of episodes. That Big Mac joke really just pissed me off. I had to take some personal time to reevaluate my life's decisions. But anyways, I'm back and I'm better, and I wanted to talk about another controversial opinion of mine. Let's just jump right into it. I cannot stand children. I don't know how to talk to them, how to take care of them, how to sympathize with them. They just smell and are loud, and they never listen to me. They make me feel so uncomfortable. But today, I have none other than Eric with me here today to talk about the way that children make him feel. Take it away.
Thank you. First of all, I hope you know that there's no coming back from this. You're a documented kid hater now, so you might as well be Ted Bundy.
Okay.
And two, you're just wrong. Kids are great. They're right up there with dogs and pigs in terms of just good company, you know? Easily the easiest age group to get along with, by far. Not great judges of character. You're automatically cool. Love a good board game. And you get them to vacuum an entire house for maybe 5 Skittles.
True.
So, it just sounds to me like you don't know how to talk to them because they're immature. But I don't know if hating children is such a mature stance to take, kind of a little hypocritical there.
Whoa. I think that I would call myself maybe too mature to handle children because I refuse to use that little wooey boo boo voice that they respond so well to. It physically makes me shudder.
Hey, that's fair, that's a fair take. Let me ask you this though, have you ever smelled a baby's head?
I don't think I've ever smelled a baby's head. Why would I ever smell a baby's head?
Zemma. One day you'll understand.
Understand what?
One day, I promise. One day.
Do you hate working? Are you shocked when people don't always see things your way? Are you often told that you're missing the point or that a joke went over your head? If this sounds familiar, then you might have suffered from SCS, Sheltered Child Syndrome. Victims of SCS are often characterized by having a delusional sense of likability and popularity, while ironically having little or no actual personality. In more severe cases, it becomes difficult for victims to engage in any conversation that doesn't involve Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, or TikTok. Adults age 18 to 21 are at the highest risk. Other risk factors include growing up in a wealthy family, attending college immediately after high school, having little or no work experience, and thinking that getting drunk every weekend is actually fun. If you or a loved one has been affected by SCS, don't worry. There are plenty of ways of fighting off this disease, including going outside, getting a hobby, and actually using your brain for once in your life.
Dang, okay. That man Taylor said he'd listen to Baby Shark on a 10-hour loop over what does the fox say?
Yeah.
That's just...
Both sound pretty brutal though.
That is true.
I don't know if I could listen to both of those for, I think he said 24 hours.
Yeah. Well,
that's a long time.
What would you choose if you had to?
Well, I think I would actually have to agree with Taylor. Baby Shark, I'm sorry, I know.
You guys
I thought you might be
crazy,
mad about that.
Man, what's going on here?
You would listen to What Does the Fox Say?
100%, 10 times over.
All right.
Well, with that chilling testimony, now back over to Michaela, Jenna, and Marcos in the 360 studio.
Thanks, Eric and Madeline. The 78th annual Golden Globes were held mostly virtually this year, with no celebrities seen out on the red carpet and only a few out on stage to conduct the awards. Despite the virtual aspect, these year's festivities created a cause worth celebrating. For the first time ever, an Asian woman won the award for Best Director. Chloe Zhao, film's Nomadland, launched her into film history. She's the second woman ever to receive this award, with the first being Barbra Streisand for her film Yentl in 1984. Zhao's film also swept up other awards at the event, taking home the motion picture, drama category, best screenplay as well. The film follows a woman who lost her job during the Great Recession and travels with the American West van-dwelling nomad. Along the way, she meets lots of other nomads who teach her about life. In her acceptance speech, Zhao spoke the power of stories and how people learn about compassion for others. Zhao shows no signs of slowing down as she is directing the upcoming Marvel Studios film Eternals, which will be released in fall 2021 and stars Angelina Jolie.
Well, that is all the time that we have for today. Thank you to the crew and writers for this episode. I'm Jenna Vitamanti.
And I'm Marcos Guadarrama.
And I'm Michaela Clay. We'll see see you next time on Take One.